Movies, regardless of the genre, if they're done properly, will not only immerse you into the storytelling, but also make you feel physically climatized to the atmosphere of the movie. Granted, it depends on what time of the year the movie is set in. A Christmas movie set in December can still make you feel cozy and warm and generally happy, but those are the exceptions to the rules. Horror movies are something entirely different. An effective horror movie will scare you, and if that's all they can offer, then I guess that's all they can offer. A great horror movie will do more than just scare you. They will pull you into the universe where it exists and make you feel like you're actually there, like an onlooker driving past an accident, and not just watching from the safety of your living room. And for that, those are the reasons those movies become classics that you can watch over and over. The Shining is a masterclass in filmmaking immersion. Kubrick wanted to make you feel as isolated as the Torrance family. The large and cavernous rooms that make up the Overlook Hotel, with its hallways and stairways going this way and that, coupled with the ever-present wind blowing outside, it's enough to give you cabin fever, enough to make you feel as unhinged as Jack. Go ahead and test that theory for yourself. Next time you watch the movie, see how you react when someone comes and interrupts you. You're going to go apeshit on them and then put that comforter even tighter around yourself because it feels like it would be warmer if you sat in the fridge. Today's tantrum is courtesy of Stanley Kubrick. Videodrome is another one that will freeze your nips and your nuts off. A Cronenberg movie about a small-time TV station that shows softcore pornography, and the station president is exposed to a snuff-type video showing hooded men butt-whipping women in a torture chamber. It has some weird signal embedded in it that causes the viewer to hallucinate their darkest fantasies and lose touch with reality. This one wasn't even set in winter, but the atmosphere Cronenberg creates is one of loneliness and discontentment under the umbrella of a constant layer of gray skies and depressing scenes of down-and-outs watching TV in homeless shelters. This movie doesn't just make you feel cold, but also a little depressed. Good thing it's fucking awesome, and only someone like James Woods could pull off sticking his head into a TV for some much-needed edging with any degree of believability. Stephen King's Misery reminds all of us that when we really get good at something and become famous because of it, there's always that one superfan living in a wilderness of perpetual snow and ice who will quite literally lose what is left of their minds when they yank you from a car wreck and discover that you're going to deprive them of the one thing in their pathetic lives that keeps them going. The movie is like a single-set theater production, with 80% of the movie taking place in one bedroom, showing the interactions between Paul and Annie. The illusion of isolation is furthered by the virtual absence of the mention of time or duration. Paul is terminally sentenced to this room with no way out, except through her. They tone it down for the movie, but in the book version, she really fucks him up good. But the tone of the story in both remains unmistakable. Last movie I wanted to discuss, which I consider to be the coldest and loneliest movie I've ever seen, it has to be The Dead Zone. Another King creation and Cronenberg adaptation. Even before Johnny's accident, you get the feeling that his destiny is going to be one of solitude and sadness. After his accident and lingering for 5 years in a coma, he comes back to a world that has moved on without him. The film employs muted colors, often dominated by grays and blues, which enhances the sense of coldness. Snowy landscapes and stark interiors contribute to the feelings of desolation. The film score and pacing fosters an extreme sense of dread and gloom. Even the title of the movie, The Dead Zone, makes you feel like you're standing in the middle of a cemetery on a gray, freezing day in January. Johnny's own fate is foreshadowed in the opening scene of the movie in a poem he is reading to the class, The Raven by Edgar Allan Poe. In it he reads, "And the lamplight o'er him streaming throws his shadow on the floor, and my soul from out that shadow that lies floating on the floor shall be lifted nevermore." I guess you can take that with any level of cheerfulness that you want, but in Johnny's case, it's a fitting epilogue. The very gifts that he used to help others also served to drive him into the depths of despair so deep that there could only be one way out, or lay there to be lifted nevermore. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you now feel cold and isolated, then I urge you to click subscribe and be ushered into the warmth of the bosom that is the Rapid Rewind. Thanks as always, and I will see you at the next slaughtering.